Can you believe Bluey received a surprise special episode this Christmas? An incredible gift for all of us who have missed the show so much. But did you notice all the little things that appeared in this episode? Young Pat. The special episode shows Bluey and Bingo at Lucky's family's house, who are their neighbors. Because of that, many things about them appear in this special. One of those things is a photo that shows Pat, Lucky's dad, at a time when he was much younger. In the photo, Pat is wearing an orange shirt that looks like some kind of team jersey, which is actually true. This is the jersey worn by a rugby team known as the Brisbane Tigers, and it has already been confirmed that Pat was part of that team during his youth. That's right, he used to be a rugby player in the past. That must be why this family loves sports so much. Did he give up that career because of age, or was he forced to stop due to an injury, as unfortunately happens to many athletes? We still don't know that, but what we can do is talk about the 13 details and Easter eggs you missed in Bluey's new Christmas episode. So grab your popcorn and get comfy on the couch. Another Cinewave is starting. Long dog. If there's one thing Bluey's animators absolutely love, it's long dogs. They place these little toy dogs in almost every episode as Easter eggs, so it's pretty obvious that a Christmas special episode wouldn't escape having a long dog, right? It can be found on Lucky's family Christmas tree, among many other decorations. If you didn't scan the Christmas tree because you were focused on the characters, you probably didn't even notice the long dog, but anyone who's already used to hunting for these Easter eggs might have caught it. It's really cool how the animators are always looking for ways to surprise fans and reward those who pay attention to every tiny detail in each scene, something not all animated shows are interested in doing, especially when we're talking about animated series with many episodes. The artists truly need a lot of talent to make sure every episode has so many details to find and talk about. The Healer's decorations. Even though the focus of this episode is Lucky's family, we also see the Healer house. When the kids are in the backyard, the Healer home is visible, and it's also decorated for Christmas. The roof has a decoration showing Santa Claus in his sleigh. The fun part is that the sleigh isn't being pulled by reindeer, but by kangaroos, which reminds us that this show is Australian. Kangaroos are very common in Australia, so it became a tradition in the country to make decorations where they replace the reindeer. That's one of the fun things about watching Bluey and other shows that aren't from the United States. We end up discovering little curiosities about different cultures that we would never learn in other ways. So tell me, did you know that Santa prefers to use kangaroos in Australia? Chuckpea. Believe it or not, that long dog we mentioned isn't the only Easter egg on the Christmas tree. In fact, there's another very interesting detail. Very interesting. There are two ornaments with little faces that look like a dog's face. But this dog isn't just any random one. It's another project created by an artist who works on Bluey, Chuckpea. Chuckpea is a very cute plush toy and has already been referenced by the show several times as a way to pay tribute to a member of the show's production team and also to help support this project so it can keep moving forward. Does Chuckpea exist within the Bluey universe, either as a character or as a product? An episode about Bingo really wanting to play with it would be adorable. Maybe these Easter eggs are a hint that we'll see something like that in the 4th season. Handstand. In Lucky's backyard while he's playing, Bingo can be seen in the background having fun on her own, just like she likes to do sometimes. If we want to be a bit more specific, Bingo is trying to do a handstand, and this is becoming a small trait of hers, since the youngest member of the Healer family has an entire episode focused on her trying to do a handstand, and she's also seen doing handstands in the episode Cricket. This is just one more thing that makes Bluey such a unique kids show. The events of each episode really change the characters forever, unlike many other children's programs that often make characters forget what happened in previous episodes, sometimes even forgetting important lessons they learned in the past. Peppa Pig can be fun, but it's a show where this kind of thing happens, with the little pig forgetting about the existence of her Aunt Dottie, and that's just one of many times something like that has happened. If you love this detail too, comment down below, #handstand, piano. The scene of Pat playing the piano with Chucky is incredibly cute, so much so that it actually makes it harder for us to look for details while watching it. Even so, that didn't stop us from finding two very curious stickers on the piano. These stickers might seem completely random, but that's far from the case because they represent two very famous rugby teams, the Maroons and the Blues. Both teams were very important in the episode The Decider. While the Maroons are the team Pat and Lucky support, Pat's wife cheers for the Blues, and Chucky doesn't know which team he should support. It seems the Christmas special didn't forget that storyline and left this Easter egg so we wouldn't forget it either. And it becomes even funnier when we notice that one sticker is placed on top of the other, referencing the rivalry that Lucky's mom and dad have when it it comes to these two teams. Dinosaurs. Since Bluey's neighbor's house has 2 kids, it was obvious we would see toys there. What few people expected is that practically all of their toys would be dinosaurs, but that's exactly what we discover in this episode. Seriously, in every corner of the house, we see several dinosaur toys. We also find dinosaur drawings, which shows that someone in that house really likes this kind of animal. Could that person be Lucky or Chucky, the younger one? Maybe it's both of them, who knows? Not to bring up Peppa Pig, but we're sure George would love playing in this house. Athlete dinosaur. As if all those dinosaurs weren't enough, one of the dinosaur drawings is kicking a soccer ball, showing that even these prehistoric creatures can play sports. If we stop to think about it, it makes a lot of sense to see this in this house, since Lucky and his relatives are completely obsessed with sports, something that connects directly to Pat's past as a rugby player. Because of that, it's only natural that Lucky, or Chucky, would want to combine his love for dinosaurs with his love for sports. Anyone who doesn't know them well wouldn't make that connection, but fans of this family will have no trouble noticing it while watching this episode. Of course, that's assuming they managed to catch this detail in the first place. Lack of enthusiasm. There's another sports-related detail, but this time involving Bluey. In the scene where Lucky is training his running to play cricket, the little blue pup shows complete disinterest and a lack of enthusiasm, making it clear that she doesn't really like cricket. It might seem like this trait was invented just now, but she had already shown this same lack of enthusiasm in the episode Cricket. In this new episode, we see that Bluey still hasn't learned to like cricket, and that's totally fine because no one is required to like every sport. What about you? Do you have a sport you don't like, or are you the type who enjoys playing anything, from soccer all the way to basketball? Wedding photo. Going back inside the house, there's something really sweet that some people noticed while watching the episode. A photo of Pat and his wife, probably taken during their wedding, hanging on the wall. That image must bring back great memories for the couple, and also warm the hearts of fans who love seeing them together. The episode The Decider might make it seem like the two don't love each other that much, since there's a certain rivalry between them for supporting different rugby teams. But the episode itself shows that this is just a healthy rivalry, rather than something bad or toxic. In the end, they make a beautiful couple and clearly love each other very much. The subscribe button is right there, waiting for you. How about clicking and keeping up with everything we post? Cricket. Still talking about sports, our beloved Lucky appears training cricket in the backyard, something we've already mentioned. But this scene shows just how skilled he is, since he managed to complete 50 laps in his run, indicating that he's just as good at playing cricket as Rusty. Will Lucky end up following a career as an athlete in the future, just like Rusty, who will become a professional cricket player? That would be really interesting, but would he actually play cricket, or would he become a rugby player like his dad? Either option would be amazing to see. Chucky's photo. Normally on Christmas trees, we only find typical ornaments. We've already seen that this isn't the case with this family's tree, since we spotted a long dog on it. But another somewhat unusual thing we found was a photo of Chucky. Yes, a photo of a child hanging on the Christmas tree as an ornament. That's not completely common, but we're sure many families do this, and it can be seen as a display of affection. After all, children are the most important part of Christmas. For all we know, that photo is there to remind Santa Claus to leave Chucky's present at the house before heading off, just in case he gets too busy eating cookies and forgets. Chucky and Lucky. Another photo in the house shows both Chucky and Lucky together. This is yet another super cute image that makes some hearts melt, since it's really lovely to see the two brothers united like this. It's impossible to look at this house without being reminded that it belongs to Lucky's family, since this photo and almost all the details we talked about today are connected to that. All of these Easter eggs are just a sign of how much the show's creators care about us. This Bluey Christmas special was a very welcome surprise, and we hope many more surprises like this involving Bluey are coming in 2026. The fun doesn't stop here. There are 2 amazing videos waiting for you on the screen. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.